Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are hiking again, back down the Aber Valley, back in Aber Valley. But this time we are going around Eglwysian, which I have to take from the start of at the end of Aber Valley by the Royal Hotel, go all the way around to the Eglwysian Chapel by the Rose and Crown pub. You might see stuff like pit ponies, etc. We'll have a look at some of the graves. Then we'll go around the Cefn, all the way towards Eglwysian, where there's a church and an abandoned house, which you've seen in previous videos. Actually, one of my first videos. Nothing behind me. Just checking, there's no bikes. And then we'll loop back around into Aber Valley. So there's a lot to see, so let's get into it. This is what's left of a coal dram from the old Windsor colliery, which is the colliery of Aber Valley. Clearly, if you can see by here, it was under the management of the National Coal Board. But there's a walk through time things you see down and around the Aber Valley. This is what signifies the old train station. So this little path we're walking on is the track, and it goes past the Workman's Hall. But we're going to carry on walking forward because we need to go left of here on this little slip path back onto the street towards Eglwysian. So now I'm up the path going up towards Eglwysian. It's not really much to see by here, so I'll let you know when we get up there what is to see, but you can see it's just a country road. So I mean, there's not a lot to see. It was a car, and that's why I'm not going to show you anything, so I'll see you when we get to the main bit. So you are greeted with this on top when you get towards the top of the trail, or the start of the real trail, this quarry. So we're just going to have a little look. It just looks like a stone quarry where you get like the stone slates, and a lot of cows get released on this field, so it's okay today. I know I ran out by a cow. Shit, slipped. I'll get back to you when we get to it. Here we are, this is the old quarry. Here you are greeted with, like I said at the start of the trail. I'm going to go up to it a little bit. But this is on the edge of Eglwysian, or Cefn if you want to go into proper pronunciations. There's a couple of things down here. But this is the quarry by here. This is a bit there, you can see where it's like been blasted. But like the way the layering will go by here. The way these layerings are. But then there's the main bit by here. Because natural quarries can happen, but part of me say this isn't half natural and half man-made. So we'll have a look more over there now, because there is still something to see. If you can see appearing over the quarry is Eglwysian Church. So the rain is starting again, so this is a good thing, and I'm nearly tripping over quarry stones. But we are going to head towards the church. There is a lot of historical relevance to this church, as you've probably seen in my St Jenny's documentary, not the recent one, the one from 2 years ago. That's really flown by thinking about it now. Because some of the graves there are very, very important to the local community. So we're going to go ahead over there now. Here we go. This is what the main bit of the wall, you can see like it's just layered. You can't really tell if this is blasted or natural. But you can see some of the formations by here. and where it changes. So let's go on then, down back here. Right, we are now walking towards the church. As you can see, there's a pub next to it as well, but I'm not sure if it's reopened. I did say it was closed, but we're going to have a look at this little stream by here that runs into the Nant of Aber, which we did on a previous video. Quite nice. It does run on the pavement a little bit, which sucks because they're my shoes. It is closed, this pub. This is the Rose and Crown. So we're just going to go into the church. I think the church might be open. No, I don't know. We'll have a look. So I was going to show you like a walk through past the church. As you can see, the church is behind me, but there were people there laying flowers on a grave and I didn't want to disturb them, so everything I want to show you is around by here anyway. For Eglwysian and Mynydd Mieo disaster where 440 men died and 439 of them were miners and one was a rescue worker. So we're going to have a look at some of the lives lost on that fateful day in October 1913. Here's two of the graves by here. We'll just zoom into this one. Here's William John, who lost his life on October the 14th, 1913, and he was aged 23. And then you can go over, there is Peter Donald Ross, who lost his life at the same disaster, and he was only 21. They were younger than me, these men were. It is tragic looking back at all this has happened again, being here again, looking at some of these graves and thinking how little the cost of life was to these business people that own mines. And sadly, a lot of these people who are buried here don't have headstones because the families couldn't simply afford it. So beneath our feet in this graveyard could be someone who died in that disaster, but we don't know where he's buried because grass has grown onto this path now and there's no headstones to mark them, which is quite sad. So now we're going to head onwards towards the basin of Kevin Eglwysian, which I'll get a good view of it now from here. This is one of James Smith, who died in the disaster as well. He's buried with his wife Elizabeth Short. And then we have another one behind as well. So we're gonna move forward now. So at the end of this little path we're gonna be walking up will be the base of the mountain. And I can see ponies on top of the mountain. I don't know if I'm gonna go up there because it has been raining and it might be really, really muddy and dangerous. So let's go and see if there's ponies about. So I'm technically still in the Caerphilly County Borough as the Aber Valley area, because this is still Aber Valley. But literally just down these farms on the hill is a new valley, it's the Rhondda. You're pretty much in Rhondda Valley and Pontypridd if you walk down here. So we're going to continue going upwards now, up here towards the basin of the mountain. I can see a path, but there's loads of cows up there and I don't really fancy being stampeded by a cow, which is fair enough, I think. So we just carry on, just walking straight, and hopefully I think there's wild ponies up there as well, so we can see some wild ponies because there are some pretty little animals. So you can see I'm overlooking this valley by here. This is actually the Rhondda Valley. You can see that white building I zoomed into is the University of South Wales, so that's like Pontypridd way. Then we zoom out slightly and move over, and you go by here, you can see that little green patch by here. That is the University Sports Complex. And then we go over to here, is the way to Porth and Talbot Green. And down here is Treforest Estate, Nangarrow. I don't know if you can see on the camera, but this is the base, this is like the valley where Taswell literally sits in. that's the view down towards Cardiff. If I zoom in, that's the sea bit there, that white. You can see obviously it looks like it's floating in the air. That's one of the islands, Flat Hog. That's in the middle of the Western Channel. So that's what you see around. Sometimes you see boats and stuff. But now, this is the basin of the mountain. We're nearly there. I can see cattle going ahead. At the main bit, it's no ponies, it's no cows. So I'll show you what's here though. Is this weird little ruins of a building. So we're gonna just have a look at that. And there's a cross on the hill. Notice there's a little cross behind those ruins. So we're just gonna have a look at that. And then we're gonna head down towards Eglwysian that way. But the view though, look at that. Of the valley. Jeez. This is what I'm on about. It's like some weird ruins by here and knickers. So I'm gonna get off here because it's a bit muddy. I generally don't know what this is supposed to be. It's got steps as well. So let's just go up to it. This is like what I mean. I don't get it. It's got steps. Could this just be like barns? I really don't know what this is supposed to be. But there's a cross. So let's go and have a look at that. So here is the cross. I'm going to zoom out now so I can go towards it. Let's have a look at it. I've got to be careful, no cows coming to kill me. Rest in peace, Llewellyn. 1943 to 2012. Is he buried under my feet? Is this what was his land? Honestly, I don't know. It is quite fascinating, like finding out what was here. There's got to be some sort of way of finding it. If I do, I'll put it at the end of the video. Now we're going to be moving down that way towards Eglwysian and into the back more central into Caerphilly. But these are baffling me because I just don't know where they come from, and normally there's a lot of historical records and stuff like this. Obviously I'm going to find them when I get back home, and this is a very steep step, so bear with. So let's just head there now. Need lost my footing. Yeah, so I'm just going to head there. I'm going to get back to you when I don't fall over. So now we're just walking down towards Eglwysian. It is going to be quite of a long stretch. I'm still technically at Eglwysian. Down here is Nangarw, so I am getting a bit closer to it. So there's quite a lot in that area when you come to it. As you probably would have seen in my first ever exploring video, actually, exploring abandoned farm and house and graveyard, I think it's called. The link is in the bio, and it's probably going to be on the screen. I might use it anyway for the cards. But they've got that there, and there's a pub which is probably one of the most beautiful country pubs I've been to. I don't think I'm going to pop in there today because I don't trust the weather, to be honest. I'd rather get back to where I want to be. But we are getting there now. We're getting towards the turn. So let's just carry on. So I'm nearly there now, and you're greeted with this little stream, flowing stream. I'll show you where it starts now, actually. There's no cars. It starts with this little waterfall. It's quite pretty, actually. It is, I'm going to say it is quite pretty. This by here seems to be like ruins of an old cottage. I think you can actually get to it. Let's have a look. There might be a gap. But it's a house maybe? I don't know, let's have a look at it. Here we are, let's have a look. So you can see there's a wall and possibly a garden, because I'm guessing the way the shape is by here, this could have been the actual building, because there's quite a bit of high wall left, especially this one is remaining. A very old building, probably one of the early farm cottages in the area. But then we come through here, which could seem like a bit of a farm bit. That's like a trap. No farmers with guns here, because that would be great. But yeah, it is quite strange. So now I'm going to leave this area and move forward that way again into the main part of Eglwysian, and yeah, I'll see you there. Quite a nice backdrop really if you look at it. Especially this tree is quite creepy, got quite a Halloween vibe to this tree. So now we're in this little village called Eglwysian. So let's move in. So normally, let's see if a sticker's still in the back here. Yeah, they put a lot of Welsh football stickers behind here. As you can clearly see, there's Aaron Ramsey, Neville Southall, the 2016 Wales top. Got Vinnie Jones, Ninian Park, that's Rangers, Gareth Bale over there, Chris Gunter, and Train Spotting. So yeah, it's a lot by here. Right, if you wanted to come and look at those stickers on this hike, you won't have the Gareth Bale one or the Ninian Park one, because I did take them off, and they feel like a wet wipe can clean it, and they still got stickers on it. So I'm keeping them. I don't care. Is that scruffy? No. It's relics. I've got relics from videos, if you didn't know. So we'll carry on moving. One thing I do have in Alta Colliery is in the big like winding house, the hall. There is these tiles, like old early 1900s. The hall was built tiles, and they are really old. And I took one of them. It's actually in my bedroom on a shelf next to a picture of an Alta Colliery and a little miner I bought at Big Pit. So I do keep relics from certain videos. Like I've got an EMF reader, the one I found at Brynwell Farm. I've got a couple of things actually from videos. That could be another one we can add to the list. One thing I do love about Eglwysian is these lamps. It's like the old oil lamps. Obviously they're LED now, but they're everywhere in this little village where everyone will call Eglwysian. So we're just gonna walk through it. We'll be at the graveyard very shortly and the pub. Here we are. This is the Eglwysian church. We're gonna have a look into the graveyard first. I think this is the entrance, if I'm right. Yes, it is. So let's go into it. Well, I'm walking through here. In my first video, you didn't really hear me speak because it's so windy, so I just dubbed it over with music. And look at that for a grave for there. This is where we go into first. This is the grave. It is something to see. Literally, this is Thomas Isaac, farm Castell Caerphilly, Caerphilly Castle Farm. And by here is Thomas James Thomas. They literally had the names, and there's William John. And look at these for graves. These possibly one of the most wealthiest people in the area. So we're gonna go in between these what looks like two pillars, just to have a look at it. It's just beautiful grave. And this man by here, who's got his own grave, is the reason why an area of Caerphilly is called Caledrin. It's written on the side. Is Mary Williams and Broyd ap Caledrin. So he's quite of a wealthy person in Caerphilly, which had his own area named at him. Just overlook the rest of the cemetery. It is very overgrown, especially by here. So let's just move down the cemetery, and I want to show you one thing that actually I think is quite beautiful. So, as you know, I've done exploring videos in the cemetery by here, and I've done one in Llandaff Abandoned Cemetery, which is beside the cathedral, which will be making a reappearance on my channel this Halloween. I'm not telling you what the video is, but it does involve Llandaff Cemetery. But in September I will be going, August, don't know where the September comes from, to London. I've got 2 videos planned. I'm going to just announce them here now, easy. I'm going to be doing one exploring video in Notting Hill. It's almost like a little follow-up to the Camden Town video. And I'm going to be doing the famous Highgate Cemetery, which has got some of the most famous people like Karl Marx, Douglas Adams, George Michael, Malcolm McLaren, etc., all buried there. So that will be coming possibly at the end of August, maybe in October, I don't know. I know September is going to be the aim for the release of Notting Hill, so we'll get back to that now. But let's get to this part where I really want to show you. I just don't know about this. I just find it just so pretty to seeing this tombstone of a cross just left on the side because it's fallen down, leaning on a grave. It is just something so beautiful and poetic about this graveyard being left the way it is. So we've been here before twice already. So this is where my first abandoned house is, by here. This farm. I'm not going to go up to it because I've done it twice already. And I don't really want to be stampeded by a cow, because this one is staring right through me. What he was. That one was as well. So we're going to move forward. This is the Mynydd Mieo farm. And up there looks like some sort of substation and some old walls. So we're just going to move forward. It's not really much anymore to see. So I'm going to end the video here because I think we've seen as much as we can today, to be honest. There's a good walk up here. Really nice in summer. On a hot day it is hard work, but that's the thing I would recommend. So if you did like the video, guys, please give it a thumbs up and comment down below if you've got any suggestions of good spots to go to. I've got like the South Wales coastal path I want to do next. Walk from Barry Island to Cardiff Bay, which is going to be a hard task, but it is worth doing. And possibly, hello. Yeah. So I don't know what to say now. That horse distracted me. Thank you for watching, and goodbye, guys.